Hi everyone, welcome to VRC with Gaurav. In this video, we are going to take a look at RC passage number 16 from the book RC 99 by Aristotle Prep. As usual, I recommend that you pause the video here, pause the video here, read the entire passage by yourself, then use the timestamp that I put in the description box to go to the questions, jot down the answers, and then come back to this point. One important notice I would like to give you that there are only 3 questions to this RC passage, unlike the usual 4 that we find. I don't know, for some reasons the makers of the book, the creators of this passage and the questions have put only 3 for this RC. Okay, without any delay, let's get started. Okay. So coming to the genre of the passage, actually seems to be fairly general affairs type of commentary. Doesn't really fall in any particular strict genre like sciences or social science, cultural, humanity, nothing like that. Seems like a very straightforward description. Social studies or society related some commentary. Okay. Instead of walking you through the passage one by one paragraph each line, won't do that because the passage is actually very straightforward. I'll use a very relevant, decent example to explain what the author is trying to say, and then we'll go to the questions. Okay. So let's say that when I'm making this video, actually, there's a lot of buzz going around that Tesla, the company owner Elon Musk, okay, he is probably going to set up a massive factory in India also, okay, and different states of India are trying their best to woo him, to bring him to their state, so that of course he brings this big factory to us, the manufacturing jobs, all that. So it's all pretty interconnected, and every state wants to benefit economically from that, okay. So let's pick up that example. Let's say hypothetically that Elon Musk has decided that okay, bro, I'm going to set up my shop in Maharashtra, and even in Maharashtra, not Mumbai, Pune, because those are already pretty crowded. Let's say that the government convinces him to set up a factory near the city of Nagpur. Okay, why Nagpur? Because it technically lies at the center of the country, geographically, absolutely the midpoint. Okay, so let's say that we have this city Nagpur over here, okay, and Elon Musk is given vast piece of land about, let's say, 40, 50 kilometers from the city of Nagpur, okay. So this, let's say, this is the piece and parcel of land where he's going to set up his factory. Now, just like we have Tata Nagar, we have Jamnagar, we indeed have even Pantnagar for Ashok Leyland. Jamnagar you already know, Tata Nagar you already know. So let's say that this place is going to be designated as Tesla Nagar, okay. Why not? Okay. So what's going to happen about this Tesla Nagar? And let's say that it's located in an almost barren piece of land, very remote from any other civilization, very remote from any other mega city or anything. So what's going to happen here is that it's going to be sparsely populated, maybe just 3, 4, 5 villages having very limited population there. So practically depopulated area, very few residents in there, and now Elon Musk is going to set up a massive factory, gigafactory as he likes to call it, over there to manufacture Tesla cars. Now it's a massive it's a massive company going to create or going to manufacture on a large scale. So obviously it's not going to be only Tesla factory there, right? An entire ecosystem is going to get created around it. Service providers, related factories like, let's say, metalworking factories, other stuff, this, that, a lot of other ecosystem is also going to come in there. So a massive industrial complex will be created in our so-called Tesla Nagar. Okay. Then looking at the scale of this prospective development, the government also decides, yeah, boss, okay, will also have to create a massive power plant also over here. Okay. So it also decides to create a power plant over there. And but naturally, what is the nearest metropolis or the nearest city? Nagpur. Okay. So the government will also say, यार connectivity की तो जरूरत है. So they'll decide to create massive highway which will connect Nagpur with Tesla Nagar, and also obviously because it's going to be a pretty powerful and pretty important manufacturing hub, the government will also try to set up connect this place via railway to other parts of the city. Minimum, bare minimum. This is the bare minimum that we can expect. Obviously, roads are also going to be constructed to other parts of the country. So all in all, just because of this one development, what's going to happen is a relatively forgotten piece of land or a forgotten piece of let's say human civilization is going to see a massive boom now. And what about this? The commentary in the passage is about this story, that whenever such a thing happens, what do we have? What's going on during the time period when all of this is going to be set up, and what happens before all of this becomes operational? उसके ऊपर में ये passage है. And one thing about the passage is that it's talking largely about the negative side, the negative aspect of this development. Okay, positive side, positive aspects, we everybody knows that okay, a lot of business is going to create, development will happen, jobs will get created, blah 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 blah. But what are the negative sides of it? The author takes us deep into the details in this passage. He starts off with a pretty important number right at the start. He says that 5 times as many workers may be needed to construct a power plant than to operate it. The number may be even more disproportionate for a major pipeline or a dam. Okay, so what does this sentence mean? That after you create a power plant, let's say if 100 people are going to work in that power plant, 500 workers are today needed to create it. Okay, obviously chat gpt is not going to create all this infrastructure. You are going to need human labor, human capital over there. Okay, so it's not just one power plant in this example that we are discussing. It's a massive factory, a lot of roadways, railways going to be created, blah 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 blah. And with that, let's say massive amount of workforce is going to descend on this place that we have christened as Tesla Nagar. Okay, so a lot of problems are now going to arise. One by one, let's walk through the problems which the author is now trying to highlight before us. What's going to happen? सबसे पहले कोई भी तकलीफ कब आती है? पैसे को लेकर. ठीक है, money is at the root of almost all major problems. ठीक है, what's the problem with money over here? That the money which is necessary to create all this infrastructure, okay, we are talking about road, railways, so many people going to live there, so suitable land, housing, water supply, water drainage, electric supply, blah 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 blah, all of that. Okay, ton of money is going to be needed before any kind of economic output starts from that place. जब तक टेस्ला की फैक्ट्री खड़ी नहीं हो जाती, जब तक सराउंडिंग इकोसिस्टम की फैक्ट्रीज तैयार नहीं हो जाती, of course these guys are not going to pay any tax. I mean the company and the surrounding ecosystem, till actual production starts. So it might take 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. We are talking about a humongous scale over here. Okay, so what does this cause? It causes a lot of pressure on government finances. That boss, जनता को वहां पे इतना सारा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर चाहिए, but government only has limited money, right? Whatever it gets from taxes. So that part is highlighted by the author in the second paragraph. What does he say? That such a lot of money which is required for water system, school, road, blah blah blah, it is mismatched by traditional taxing programs. कि जो regular taxes जो सरकार ने लगाए होंगे, maybe in Nagpur district or in the state or even at the national level, not going to be very sufficient. But even if let's say that the government has money through some ways or means, it can turn out that the government is stupid. Okay, it's clearly written by over here, by the author over here. Even if some governments have money, they may not be the right governments. Okay, the author is not expanding upon it. It's you have to read between the lines. He's effectively saying that the government might have money, but the government is either stupid or possibly they might be corrupt, that they are not releasing the required funds. Okay. Second, nice, good problem highlighted by the author over here is what? It's this. That let's say this distance is suppose let's say 30 kilometers. Okay, so this infrastructure, this factories, all are going to get created. Employees will come and live there. Okay, employees, workers, labor workers, then gradually employees will start coming in and live there. So what these guys will do is they might work over here in Tesla Nagar, but a lot of them will also commute to Nagpur for other services such as schools, maybe hospitals, things like this. So what's going to happen here? That this Tesla Nagar is situated outside the limits of Nagpur Municipal Corporation. So the central government will tell Nagpur City, Nagpur Corporation that boss, ये तुम्हारे limits के बाहर है. You cannot collect taxes from this place. But हाँ, आपको amenities तो provide करनी है जनता को. जनता तो demand करेगी. We need school, we need hospitals, we need this, that, blah blah blah. So effectively pressure किस पे आया? Nagpur Municipal Corporation, the local administration. So this adds layers of problems to what's going on. Okay, that part is highlighted over here in the closing sentence of the second para. That the country will be entitled to tax the property while the city may receive most of the population and demand for services. People might not decide to stay here. They might move to set up shops, set up their houses, homes, whatever in Nagpur city. And obviously, if you purchase any flat or any apartment in that ecosystem, you will expect Nagpur city or the Nagpur municipal corporation to provide you with services. So what's happening is पैसा यहाँ का सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट कलेक्ट कर रही है, बट यहाँ पर खर्चा किसे करना है, प्रोवाइड किसे करना है, लोकल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन. क्रिएट्स अ डिस्क्रिपेंसी. ओके, मूविंग अहेड. Next, third paragraph actually takes this point forward and mentions that in the Western countries, this similar situation played out in 1960s and 70s. And the place that we are calling as Tesla Nagar, the author has used a term over here. He calls it as a boom town. Okay, boom town. And what was the features of such Tesla Nagar, such boom towns? Very succinctly, very concise manner में अगर हमको बात करना है, तो such boom towns are poorly planned and under financed. ठीक है? So what happens because of this is that the original villagers who might be staying in this area, now keep in mind they are used to staying in very calm, quiet pace, very clean environment possibly, but now suddenly because of all this construction and everything happening, what will happen is a lot of pollution, possibly tons of construction, a lot of activity happening there, lots of people having come in, pollution, chaos, everything happening. So long time residents will be pissed off. They might be like, yaar, dude, what's happening? Okay, सरकार ने कहा था विकास होगा, but we are facing problems every day. What the hell is happening? So this creates a lot of delusion, disillusion, and a lot of dissatisfaction in the old time residents. Plus, on the other side, new employees, new workers who might have arrived in this place to work, they'll find this place pretty hostile in the sense that there is hardly any infrastructure, a lot of dust, dirt, pollution, chaos happening, no proper infrastructure administration. So they'll also start feeling resentful about this place. So a lot of friction is starting to happen, and that part is highlighted by the author in this closing remark. And he actually starts to build up on this idea in the following paragraphs. What does he say? That, and please keep in mind, this is not a permanent situation. Author is commenting that by the time this Tesla Nagar starts its operation full fledged, जो बीच का ये buffer time period है ना, this gradual development time period, उसमें क्या uncertainties होगी, उसमें क्या क्या दिक्कत होती है, that's what the author is talking about here. And goes on to list the problems faced by the people over here. Let's highlight those. Inadequate public services, undesirable labor situation, okay. Confusion in community structure, as in if you are in Tesla Nagar, so dude, who is the ruler over here? Is it Nagpur city? Is it the state government? Is it the national government? Who is the mayor? Is it a Gram Panchayat? Is it a municipal corporation? A lot of confusion, okay. And deterioration of the quality of life arising from rapid population growth. Okay. Yes, suddenly a place which had only seen barely a few thousand people now will start to see people coming in literally lakhs now. So by the time the system adjusts to it, a lot of chaos, a lot of friction is going to happen. And the last paragraph is specifically dedicated to this actual social, real life, daily problems faced by the people over there in the meantime. What does it happen? Housing, street and water ecosystems, construction, school development, police and fire protection, blah blah blah. They all lag far behind population growth. As in, it takes time to create schools, put in a proper police and fire safety, everything. Trying to give social security to people. All of this takes time. It's not like a worker will reach Tesla Nagar and then boom, yes, everything sorted. No, boss. Okay. Rent goes up, all kinds of financial and social issues that you can imagine, all can happen. Even things like alcoholism, social divorce rates are also going up. That's what is established by different social studies that have been conducted. Another very important observation made by the author is this, that there is a tendency to frame the problem in terms of us against them mentality. What is us against them? Us means, let's say, the new workers that might reach that place to work, and them being the old residents of that place, maybe the villagers who are living there for literally generations altogether. So initially there's of course going to be a friction there, but the author says situation is like everybody is a loser here. There is no winner. Old time residents, they are going to face problems. What? Just a moment, let me highlight it. All parties suffer, it's clearly written over here. Okay. Newcomers face some kind of problem. Okay. Old timers, blame them for a deterioration of community life. Old timers, people who have been living there in villages for generations altogether, they might say कि यार ये क्या नया chaos आ गया यहाँ पे, our society is getting ripped apart. Then newcomers might be saying that boss, ये यहाँ के पुराने लोग तो बहुत ही hostile है, हमें ठीक से treat नहीं करते. They might blame old timers for a lack of support. And on the other hand, the companies, the corporations who are involved in all the development work, they also face a lot of headache, especially with respect to workforce, labor, business point of view, because the situation, the place is hostile right now, not easy to work in. So it results in poor worker productivity and frequent worker turnover, meaning that people start leaving their jobs pretty quickly. Okay. Because they might not be happy working in Tesla. So more headache for corporations. So through this example, author is highlighting कि देखो जब तक के काम पूरा set नहीं हो जाता, it's a headache for everybody. ठीक है? That's the gist of the passage. That's about it. Okay. Very easy, very straightforward. I hope that you understood the example, the passage through this example of Tesla Nagar. Let's go to the question now. Okay. Please click the like, share, and subscribe button. If you like my videos, you can go through the other ones. Also, I've created suitable playlist for you. CAT previous year questions, RC99 playlist is actually underway. Okay. Coming to the first question. Very easy, very easy. What does he say over author say over here? Which of the following are possible ways in which a boom town is affected by poor planning and underfinancing? Okay. कि जो वो टेस्ला नगर वहां पे क्रिएट हो रहा है, वहां पर भरपूर पैसा नहीं है, it is under financed, planning is also not proper. So what's going to happen because of it? And we are given three options over here. Unsatisfactory labor conditions, definitely highlighted in the passage that social life, daily life is not completely smoothed out till some time. So yes, unsatisfactory labor conditions, because of which a lot of labor also quits their job. Inadequate police protection, explicitly mentioned over here where I'm moving a laser. Police and fire protection lag far behind population growth. Correct. Poor community relations. Yes, this us against them mentality. Old timers blaming newcomers, newcomers blaming old timers. A lack of clear community structure also mentioned over here. So all in all three are possible, and hence the answer becomes very easy, option D. Okay. So this should be fairly clear to you. Still, if you have any doubts, let me know in the comment section. Without any delay, let's go to the second question now. Okay, my video might be overlapping the options over here, so I'll temporarily stop it. Okay. The passage suggests that there is a lack of services associated with boom towns, with Tesla Nagar. Take it. Author claims all of the following are the possible causal factors. Please keep in mind, it's not casual, it's causal. मतलब reasons है. All of the following are possible reasons for it, for the lack of services, except. So what does this mean? That we are going to find four options which are legit reasons for lack of services. ठीक है? One by one, let's walk through the option. उल्टे से चलते हैं इस बार. Option E. The mismatch between funds needed and traditional taxing program. Very easy. This is explicitly mentioned by the author. Mismatched by traditional taxing programs. Okay. So author has mentioned this. We are on the hunt for except. So this is not the answer. Of course, this is a legit reason. D. Time lag between the beginning of project construction and the onset of tax payments for it. Again, mentioned in the second paragraph over here. Let me highlight. The author has actually mentioned even the time period required for it might be 5 years. Okay, that the property tax or other kind of taxes which government might want to collect from that place, 4-5 साल तो लग जाएंगे before they can actually collect it, because that is the time taken for the project to get created, set up completely and start operations. So yes, option D is also mentioned, hence not the answer. C. Location of an energy project just outside the limits of an incorporated city. Exactly the example that I mentioned to you, that Nagpur Municipal Corporation might not be able to collect taxes from Tesla Nagar. Why? Mentioned by the author over here. The country will be entitled to tax the property while the city will receive most of the demand. Okay? The local municipal corporation might be told कि नहीं भाई तुमको नहीं है, तो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के पास जा रहा है ये पैसा. So if that turns out to be the case, so of course there is going to be a lack of services, क्योंकि सर्विस तो local administration को ही provide करना है. Out. And then let's jump to option A. Expected loss of substantial number of residents after the completion of a project. Yes, yes, yes. Throughout the passage it is mentioned. Okay. Largely it is mentioned over here in the first paragraph also. That when the construction is happening, you have literally 5 times the number of people. But when the construction is over, everything is done and dusted with, then a lot of workers will also leave that place and limited people will be there to do the daily work, as in factory में रोज काम करने वाले, power plant में रोज जो operational service है, बस. So this sudden depopulation also, the sudden running away of people within the span of 4 or 5 years, that is also sort of demotivation for the author. The local administration, the service provider. There may be no justification for providing an infrastructure necessary to maintain adequate level of service. So yes, this is also a demotivator of sorts, that people will literally run away after construction, and that is the note on which the author also ends the passage. Most of population disappears with the completion of project construction. टेस्ला की फैक्ट्री बन गई, वर्कर्स तो चले जाएंगे, लिमिटेड employees will work there. That's it. So yes, option A is also mentioned out. Naturally, answer option B is the answer. Lack of support from long time residents. Why is it not the answer? Because two things. This is something which people believe might not be necessary of. Okay. Secondly, old timers, long time residents, they are not the ones responsible for providing this services. Services is provided by government, school, roads, highways, blah blah blah, all these stuff. So that's why option B, first of all, it's not true completely, and even if it were, they are not the reason for lack of services. Okay. वो लोग जाके नहीं कह रहे कि हट हम तुमको रोड नहीं बनने देंगे या रेलवे नहीं बनने देंगे. That is nowhere mentioned in the passage. ठीक है. Let's go to the third question now. Very easy, and to be very honest with you, not necessary for CAT exam. Why? Because tone based questions, they have not come in for a lot of time in the CAT exam. So tone of author ka discussion of traditional taxing programs in regard to boom towns can best be described as. Okay. Why is this easy? Because we have 4 options which are negative. Author ka tone, author ka mention is not negative here. Okay. First of all, it is pretty objective in nature. He is simply laying out the facts before us. He is not mocking anybody, he is not criticizing anybody. At max, you can say that there is a hint of concern, there is a hint of worry कि यार पैसा नहीं होगा तो it's going to cause problems to the common people. Okay, so that is why out of all the 5 options, probably the most suitable is only option B, concerned. Outrage मतलब आक्रोश, बहुत गुस्सा आ गया है author को. No way, nowhere is such immature language coming out. Disbelieving, author does not believe, हट ऐसा कुछ होता ही नहीं. He is actually explaining कि देखो ऐसा होता है. Option C is also not correct. Complacent is completely irrelevant here. Complacent means let's say you achieve something after working a lot and then you become very chilled out in life saying that हाँ बस अब मुझे और कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं, अगला सक्सेस ऐसे ही आ जाएगा. So that's called as being complacent. So completely irrelevant to the discussion over here. And option E, once again, mocking, ताने मारना, taunting, not doing that in any manner. Okay? So obviously answer will be option B. I'm very sure that most of you guys must have gotten 3 on 3 in this. Still, if you have any doubts, let me know in the comment section. Thanks a lot for watching. Please hit the like, share and subscribe button. You can reach out to me on this mail ID or on this contact number to get to know about my batches for CAT, NMAT, SNAP and ZAT exams. Okay. Till then, tada, bye bye, take care, and I'll see you in the next video. See you.